Hour 2, Big Sil's National Football Show. We're going to go shopping with Jalen Hurts here in a minute. Big week in the NFL. I'm going to say this again to you, man. Dak Prescott last night, I don't know about you, man. I don't know about you, but Dak Prescott does not look like a franchise quarterback. At $45 million, this guy's a turnover monster. He is 27-6 versus the NFC East, and he's 8-3 versus the Eagles. Okay, so this guy's made a career out of beating every shitty team in the NFC East. And I'm not saying the Eagles are, but for the last 10 years, every other team in the East has been shitty. Okay? He's 27-6. Dude, that guy has to play better. Okay? Jamieson goes, Big Sills, why are you a Cowboy fan? Annoying. Who said I'm a Cowboy fan? Where did you get that from? I'm a Cowboy fan? Where? What? Dude, just because I got drafted by the Bucks, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm a Buck and I am a Hurricane. I played for the Lions and I played for the Cowboys. I don't care. You know, I kind of watch what they do, but I don't really care. I got a lot of friends in Dallas because of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy was my college coach. It's the only reason I have a relationship with the Jones family. So you think I have a relationship is because I'm a Cowboy fan? I have a relationship with the Jones family because Jerry and Steven used to come down to Hurricane practices when I was 19 years old. They would, before they even owned the Cowboys. Jerry was talking about buying the Chargers. Jerry got talked out of buying the Chargers from his dad. Steven admitted that on my show. They were going to buy the Chargers. Still sold the SARS. Dude, believe me, I put the Cowboy, after we had that whole week of really shitty reception on the show, I put that Cowboy helmet pretty far away from my monitor here. Xander goes, even Xander, because I had it hanging up here. Xander goes, dude, that's not going to work. I was like, and he's right. There was like this juju, like sucking the show out and everything. I went, all right, let's get this out of here. Dude, I will admit, Texas boy, about 20% of the Philadelphia Eagle fans do a lot of crying. Yeah, why are you talking so bad about my guy? Haley Hurts. It hurts me when you talk about Hurts. He's so good. Is he? Really? Why don't we win? Why are you so mean? You're a hater. I'm a hater? You troll everybody. I must troll my kid then, too. Big Sil's trolling his wife and kid. Sills, I'm going to tell my wife and kid that. They say I troll my wife and kid, too. Probably do. Okay. Jalen Hurts' regular season is over. It's over. Probably finished 5th or 6th in the MVP voting. It's a shame. I'd like to see what he could do. No 4K. I was wrong on the two guys getting 1K, though. That's a fact. And I was wrong on the 2 and 5 start. But I said Jalen would never throw for 4K. Ever. But Sills, he would have. No, he wouldn't have. Dual threat quarterbacks don't stay healthy. Unless you're Josh Allen. Facts. Hurts is going to play, Sills. No, he's not. You're lying, Sills. You're a big fat hater. I love it. Keep it going, man. That gives me fuel. He will get it next year. Yeah, well, not this year. Let's go by the numbers. Jalen Hurts, 425 attempts, 286, 3,472 passing yards. $22 touchdowns, 5 turnovers, which is here. I'll tell you why that's a good stat. I know some of you look at it and go, remember people, my boy Xander thought he was going to throw for 77 touchdowns and, whatever this year, but 22 TDs. It's a 6 touchdown improvement. Remember, he missed a game last year too. He'll probably miss 3 this year. So 22 touchdowns, just 6 TD improvement. What do you have, 16 last year? Okay. The touchdown interception ratio is great. If you're not going to throw for a lot of touchdowns, don't throw a lot of picks. You know what I mean? Plus, his completion percentage is at 67.3. The improvement at the 67.3 from 61% a year ago, this is why he looks better in the passing game this year. Plus the 2 dudes, you got to give them credit. Hey, I know Minshew had over 100 yards between the 2 of them last week against the Cowboys. Bottom line here, though, Jalen put him in a position to get that 1,000 yards. And A.J. Brown is having a career year. And he could end up having the greatest wide receiver year in Eagle history. Okay? You can't really brag about Montana happening. It was a literal lottery win. Dude, like Brady and New England, it is a lottery win. 22 TDs, womp womp. Gardner would have had like 50 on this team. Well, I think a true passer would have had more passing touchdowns. Hey, Sills, if you're going to call him a dual threat, you better tell him his running stats too. Oh, yeah. I'll get to that here in a minute. He had more carries this year than he did a year ago. I thought we were getting away from that. Here's why he got hurt. Last year he had 139 carries. This year, up to the Chicago game, he had 156. I thought we were trying to get away from that. 746 and 13 touchdowns. What a back. Man, that guy's a great running back. Wow. I've never seen a running back like that in my entire life. He's got more rushing touchdowns than any running back in the league in the last 2 years. That's amazing. He is the best running quarterback in the league. Well, yeah, when the guy in Baltimore is healthy, but he's not because he's dual threat. How much you paying this guy who misses games? Doesn't throw for 4K. Oh, by the way, I'm going to play Howie Roseman here. Let's not put the playoff picture in it because we don't know what happens. We're going to go on. He's going to get paid on this here. All he can do in the postseason is elevate our conversation. Agreed? Okay. Damn, Jalen. I mean, Patrick Mahomes threw the ball 795 times. You threw it 425. And then Clutch Sports comes back. Yeah, you got 2 wide receivers over 1K. Nobody in team history has ever done that. No quarterback in your franchise history. True. Who wins that? Probably Jalen. He only had 286 completions. Shit, Patrick Mahomes is going to have more completions than you'll have attempts this year. Yeah, but I also was 67.3%. Joe Burrow's almost going to break the record for completion percentage this year, and he's at 70. So I'm right on his heels. Jalen probably wins that too. 34-72, you're not even in the top 15. Well, I missed games. That goes to the Eagles. Well, when you run the ball 156, well, that's the coaching staff. The 156 is going to, you know what's going to hurt Jalen in negotiations? Those running statistics. Not going to help him. Because at the end of the day, they're going to look at the, let me see, what is this? Let's do this here. At the end of the day, Howie Roseman's going to go like this. 139, 156. This guy's had 300 attempts in 2 years. As a runner, How's that helping? Missed the game, had surgery last year. He missed a stretch run and seeding potentially. And again, I'm going by them winning the East on home field. Jalen fires back and goes, we did win home field. We did win the East. So in 2 years, okay, we've made the playoffs. I've made the Pro Bowl. What's the price tag? What's the number you're starting out at? Well, how well do you think he's done this year? Clutch Sports will say the running of Hurts is because of bad coaching. He's dual threat. 38.5 a year, 50, never fit. You could stop at 50. That's reserved for Joe Burrow. Okay? That's reserved for the guy in Cincinnati. Stop with 50. 50. 50. 40. Arthur, MVP, finished sixth. He'll finish sixth out of the top five. I won't have him out of my top five. By the way, maybe what we'll do next week, because I have to have it in. Wait a minute. I have to have it in, and I'll show you the ballot. I have to have it in the week of the Thursday of the first playoff game. So that'd be the wild card round, not the giant week. Maybe we will send an MVP vote for Jalen for the year that he's had this year. I told you, I share everything with you guys. Coach of the year, defensive player of the year. I am not voting for Micah Parsons. I'm going to put that right now on paper. That is not happening. Coach of the year and player of the year are still up for grabs. Okay? Big Picking goes a little less than Murray. You think that Murray deal's a good deal? He's out till next October. I'm not nuts. Guy in Baltimore wants 47. I don't know. How many games you missed this year? 5? That's going to hurt in negotiations. Hook me up here. Hey, Xander, I'd like to know what you think. 10 years at $80 million, nothing guaranteed. 10 years. 10 years. I'm not giving that guy 10 years. Be lucky to get 2 years. 2 years. I might give him 2. 3. What do you think of it? 425 attempts. 286 in today's NFL. 2,000-yard receivers, though. 2,000-yard receivers. 2,000-yard receivers. You guys love that 747 yards, 750 yards and 156 and 13 touchdowns. That's going to hurt him in negotiations. Jalen's got to carry the ball to have any kind of – here, let's do this. Let's see what his overall 34-72, 747, 9, 11. So Jalen Hurts at 4,200 total yards. Patrick Mahomes is 4,700 passing yards. Josh Allen has 4,300 passing yards. In the passing game of today's NFL, this guy's got 4,200 yards in a down year in the NFC. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'd have a hard time putting $40 million on the table. I would. I'd have a hard time with that. He won't be sustainable. It's just, I'd like to have Tyler Huntley on the team in case he gets hurt. Somebody like that. I'd like to have a guy like that on the bench, not Gardner Minshew. I disagree with John. I think there's two different styles there. Gardner threw the ball 37 times, didn't run barely, and he had two receivers over 100 yards. Minshew showed you, man, that my problem with Gardner Minshew, he throws floaters. You're not signing Miles back. That thing's done. Over. Tough man, $40 million at most. He needs to run the ball 75 times a year and pass for 650. That's it right there, Maniac. Maniac. Maniac has it right there. That's it right there, Maniac. You've got to run the ball 75. You can't run the ball. He was on pace for 200 carries. How long do you think that lasts? 3 years? Dude, Jalen Hurts is not going to be in this league long. He's a 7-8 year guy. Josh Allen doesn't ride it in Buffalo. He's in there. Dude, here, they're going to have the same length of career as Andrew Luck. How many years did Andrew Luck play? How many years did that guy play? Did he play 10 years? How many years did Andrew Luck play? He played 7 seasons. Jalen Hurts is not Andrew Luck. I'll be frank. I don't give a damn what his contract looks like, how it affects the team, how his job is to build the team and make it work, and Jalen's job is to ball. Call me simple-minded. Man, Tone, that sounds great. But you've got to address this. Parks goes, you always talk shit on Hurts. No, I'm talking business. And if that's shit, well, then guess what? You don't like to hear the reality of the truth. His season's over. Regular. He'll play in the postseason. I believe that. Now you got to start thinking about paying the guy what he did this year. He missed games. He missed. Hey, dude, the worst God-forsaken thing that could happen is that you have to bring him back for the Giants game. And God forbid he gets hurt in that game. Then all bets are off. Don't take it personal, dude. It's strictly business. This is also on the coaches. If you know you got a guy that you're wearing out, why didn't the coaches adjust? You know what? Hey, maybe that's why they started throwing the ball more. Maybe that's why they started throwing the ball more. Instead, because I thought he ran the ball more earlier in the year. Maybe that's why. Business is shit. Don't cry about it, people. It's a cruel world. It's a cold world. It is. Tone. Like I don't think when people understand. Reggie Jackson told me this years ago that, you know, those arbitration meetings that he would go in there with Steinbrenner. Reggie hit 41 home runs one year. He finished second in the MVP voting. Hit 300 for the first time and only time in his career. He walked in there and they were thinking about, you know, he wanted a raise. He wanted to get to this. Steinbrenner goes, you struck out 162 times. You know, you missed 25 games. You did. Reggie walked out of the meeting. He told me, he went like this. Jesus criminy. I thought I hit 211 and had 18 home runs and 50 RBIs. I had to remind myself I hit 341 homers and 100 RBIs that year. He goes, I had to remind myself that I had a great year and I finished second in the MVP voting. You think you're going to walk into the meeting with Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman? They're going to go, we love you so much. Here's the checkbook. Write a number in. We're good with it. Come on, man. And my friend, that's not shit talking. You're not going to you don't have to franchise tag him. Old Skills goes franchise tag. He's got another year left. So how about So what you're saying, you're going to go like this. Jalen, we're going to let you go into next year in 2023. No contract and no negotiations. Clutch Sports is going to shut that down in September of next year and go like this. We're going to bet on ourselves. And that'll be a mistake for Jalen. You'll be playing a tougher schedule. Okay? You'll have a tougher schedule. You'll be playing against better quarterbacks. And the team won't look the same because you got 14 free agents. Okay? Do you guys know what makes Sileo so special? He makes you feel like you're the only one he's talking to. Just two fellas talking shit. Isn't that crazy? Because I feel you're all in. Hey, dude. Yeah, some of you hate what I say. Some of you like what I say. I just care what, you're here. It would Sills facts. If I was Clutch Sports and you went like this to me, hey, why don't you play out your final year of your rookie deal? I'd be like this. Well, we're not talking anymore in September. But dual threat quarterbacks? Let me ask you this. You think the gamble in Baltimore worked out for Lamar? Passing on a contract. How many people think that worked out for Lamar Jackson this year? You think it worked? Ekun says no. 5-star, I'd ask you this, though. How do they look without him? You know what I would say if I was Steve Biscotti and DaCosta? We are still winning. The Ravens have won the last 2 weeks without him. I think they're 10-5. And they have won. So if you notice, Lamar's playing this weekend. All of a sudden, that contract now, you go like this if, you're Lamar. Well, shit, they're winning. They're barely winning, but they're winning. All of a sudden he went, I don't know. What if they went out? Okay? And they're 12-5 without me. John Harbaugh then and the owner and DaCosta go, hey, man, I know, listen, we'd love to have you. You're a special player. But shit, we're 12-5, and you missed the last 2 months of the season. I can't pay you $50 million like that. Lamar goes to Miami. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think he's out. Lamar wants to play. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Lamar Jackson on the same freaking field? Oh, my God. I want to see that. I want to see that. I do. I want to see that. So Jalen Hurts' regular season comes to an end. My grade for it? An improvement, A. But if I'm comparing it to the rest of the guys in the league, those aren't awe-inspiring numbers. The touchdown-interception ratio is great. The completion percentage is 6 points higher than it was a year ago, which is very difficult. You want to have your quarterback over at least 64% completion percentage. But 425 attempts, 286 completions. Let's take a look at the guy that you guys hate. Let's just go with Josh Allen's numbers. Josh Allen stats.
According to Wikipedia, Joshua Patrick Allen is an American football quarterback for the Buffalo Bills of the National Football League.
Let's just go with Josh Allen stats. Here's Josh Allen's numbers. He's 12-3 this year. Josh Allen has 536 attempts, 340 completions. He'll probably end up with 2 games left, 400 completions. Jalen would have 25 more attempts. He'll probably end up with 4,600 passing yards and 36 touchdown passes. He's got 13 picks. Well, when you throw the ball 700 times a year, it's all right. Especially when you're the number 1 seed and you're 12-3. You guys keep forgetting that. He's good. Look at the turnovers. Look at the wins. Look at the wins. Jalen's played perfect football this year for that record. Josh Allen hasn't even played perfect football this year. And he's light years ahead of that. So every single time you guys go, Josh Allen turns the ball over, you're right. He hasn't played his best ball. And he still dwarfs everything Philly's ever done. What's his completion percentage? 64. I'd like to have that higher. Like to have that a little higher. I won't bring up Burrow or Mahomes because it's stupid conversation. Those guys are different players. Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen. That's going to be a great game on Monday night, by the way. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Holy shit. I can't wait to see. That's a game of the year. Burrow versus Allen. I'm in. I think that game's in Cincy, too. Imagine this. You got big games in Cincinnati now because of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has turned Cincinnati into must-watch football. That's what I'm talking about. Cincinnati Bengal football? Trevor Lawrence is turning Jaguar football into must-see football. What? How many times in your life have you ever talked about Jaguar football in January? How many times? Hey, Maniac, right? Jaguar and Bengal football. Catch it. Rule the jungle. Duval. Really? And the Bucks and the Packers are struggling to get into the playoffs. Come on, Big Sills. What's Allen's rushing stats? Who gives a shit? Rushing stats are dude, don't you get the rushing stats for Jalen Hurts are the thing that's undermining him from getting to 4K. Those rushing stats hurt him in today's NFL. But Sills, they're 13-2. What good is it when the guy can't finish the season? What good are those rushing stats when he is banged up because of those rushing stats? Dude, the guy in Buffalo, I swear to you, I'm in with that too. You're right. He better figure it out or he's Andrew Luck 2.0. You're damn right. You're not wrong on that. I think that kid is as gifted as anyone I've ever seen play. But, bro, duck. You got to duck. At least Jalen gets down. Bills beat Mahomes. He has. Beat him this year. He has 746 rushing yards. How are you not going to say that? I did. He's got 156 carries. He's got 300. He's got, hold on, is that right? This guy's got 300 carries in 2 years. Yeah, that helps. That's why he's sitting on the pine. Running is more. It is, Arthur. That's why he's got low turnovers and low touchdowns. You're exactly right. Running the ball is a lower turnover potential play than throwing the ball across the seam and across the middle. Absolutely. TK goes, Hurts is great against non-good teams. Hey, to TK's point, how are the Packers favored by 3? Is that game in Minnesota? No, it's in Green Bay. So the Packers are favored by 3 over Minnesota, and Minnesota has 13 wins or 12 wins. They're favored, and the Packers have 8. And the Packers are 7-8, and Minnesota has 12 wins. And Vegas said the Vikings are not favored in that game against Aaron Rodgers. The Packers are. The Packers are favored over Minnesota this weekend. And Minnesota, the last 2 weeks have been cardiac kids. That's incredible. So an 8-win team. This goes to your record argument about your record and all the shit you bring up with that record. Vegas looks at the 12 wins with Minnesota and laughs at it. They think the Packers are favored this week. 7-win team. A 7-win team is favored over a 12-win team. Oof. Lions are favored as well. Let's see here. Well, they're playing Chicago. Big deal. There's nothing Allen has done that Burrow hasn't. Can't play in the same in reverse. Don't know what that means. One and done with Hurts. So I say it. People start paying. Hey, Xander, did you notice it? Big Sills threw out, hey, are the Eagles one and done? All of a sudden, Ryan Leaf now, who follows me on Twitter, is now barking it on some show. I think the Eagles may be one. I never said. I said maybe they could be one and done here. Okay? Because it wasn't about Jalen. It was about that D coordinator not being able to defend good quarterbacks. Turned Dak into Roger Staubach. I thought I was watching Roger Staubach. Dude, hey, I said they could be, but not because of the quarterback. He blamed it on Hurts. And then, what's his name? What's the drug head's name again? Well, Ryan Leaf. Jailbird said that, he goes, well, I'm sick and tired of hearing all the talk. I'm like, the only time I've ever heard talk about the Eagles is when Hurts was out and he got hurt. I never heard anybody barking about the Eagles. Everything was Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, all the rest of those teams. I never heard anybody saying that. So when the drug addict was talking about it like that, I was shocked that I was shocked he's still alive. Still alive where I thought he was in jail. You talk about one of the most hated people of all time and one of the most destructive people of all time, Ryan Leaf. Talk about a guy who gets a shot in the media. That guy could do time in prison for writing false prescriptions, and he's back in the media again. It's crazy. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Ryan Leaf should cover the Colts. Him and Jim Irsay'd have a hell of a party, wouldn't they? EQ goes, Sills. We're not liked nationally. You know this. EQ, and you know why, and I'm going to say it one more time. Why do you think the national media picks on Philly? Why do you think they pick on Philly? because they know you'll fight back. You think Rams fans fight back? Have you ever heard SoFi Stadium when the Raiders are in there, or the Packers, or anyone else is in there? Have you ever heard the opponent when Kansas City plays in that building against the Chargers? Have you ever heard Rams fans fight back? The Cowboys get great ratings because Jerry Jones has put all of his Cowboy minions in important positions in the media. The reason why they take a shit on Philly is because you'll fight back. Same with the Patriot fans. Same with Buffalo Bill fans. I don't have to tell you this, do I? It's not a hatred. They use your own passion against you. Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles by 10. Hey, watch this. Cowboys beat the Eagles by 10 in the playoffs. You don't want to see Dak again. Because this time, if you see Dak again, it's going to be the same kind of medicine that you just got at AT&T. I can hear right now everyone watching this going, what's he saying? I mean, I just started a fist fight with half the room. I just started a fist fight with half the room. Sills, you don't really think that, do you? Of course not. I'll take the Cowboys again. Dude, you just started a fight. You just started a fight in Philly. Hey, man, I got to tell you something. You know those stupid black jerseys you wear? Holy shit. What you worry about beating the Saints instead of wearing the jersey things? What is that? What? You don't like the jerseys? What's wrong with the Birds jerseys? Dude, you're very easily touched off. Okay? It's great. WWE is a perfect example. Philly sports fans are wrestling fans, mentality-wise, but smarter. Maniac. Tell me this. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Do you know what? Hey, again, now see, to me, I think when you start doing that shit, you start seeing through it a little bit too. Who was that guy that was on in afternoons at WIP who used to start fights all the time? What was that kid's name? He got blown out after, 2 years because people started seeing it was a bullshit thing. What was that kid's name? Ennis. Josh Ennis. Dude, that guy had big ratings for a little bit until people figured it out. He was full of shit. You can only bullshit people in Philly too long here. And then they're going to go, this guy's a gimmick. It's all gimmick. Cowboy fans are delusional. Big Sills would be throwing hands if he came to the link. Why would I have to throw hands? Why would I have to throw hands? I think you guys would embrace me, man. I think we would. Hey, my aunt goes like this. She read something in the boxes and she goes, geez, man, would you ever go to the link? I go, I'd been to the link 9 times. I hung out with Philly's finest. You kidding me? He goes, yeah, but you never hung out at an Eagle game, have you, Sills? I would have no issues with that. Now, again, if you hang out with like Xander and Big Joe, they got the Palacious studios over at Oceans and all that other stuff. Got green rooms and food and shit. I'd have to hang out with the Brats and everybody at Lincoln Financial, hanging out in the cold, sitting on a steel chair. I'm good with that. You know me, I'm a man of the people. Jay goes, are you an Eagles fan? No, Jay. I'm an Eagles fan of their fans. I love their fans. Jay wants to expose me and go, Sills, are you an Eagle fan? No. I love their fan base. I love the Bills fan base. You know why I love the Cowboy fan base? Because they're like, you're not winning anything. You know this. You ever notice a Cowboy fan? You know who a Cowboy fan is? Watch this. all during the regular season, man. They're all gung-ho. When these guys get into the postseason, every Cowboy fan needs to go into therapy because they know the Tony Romo bobble's coming. The Des Bryant catch, no catch, right? Jimmy G taking you out, right? Every Cowboy fan in the postseason starts to get the shakes. I don't know. You know, it's supposed – here's Cowboy fan. During the regular season, everyone's talking about him. All of a sudden, when the postseason comes, Cowboy guy goes, I don't know, man. I think I got palsy. There's something wrong with me, man. Holy shit. Hang on here. I got to take a rest. Hang on. Why? We're playing the 49ers in the opening round. Who's your quarterback? Dak. Yeah, you know, you see, here, you can always tell a Cowboy fan, you don't even have to know who he is. He's sitting at a bar, he'll start doing this. Hey, can I help you, guy? You don't want to drink, do you? I don't know, Mac. You have a funnel? Yeah, Cowboy fans at bars during the postseason, okay, they got to have like a beer bong. I guess they're going like that. Seal's hands would be shaking like that at the link. Are you crazy, brother? Big Seals would be running for mayor of that place. Once Angelo's gone in January, new sheriff in town. Ryan Leaf breaking down game tape. Seriously. Well, you know what, James? I suppose Ryan Leaf's probably the best guy you could possibly have breaking game film down because I'm sure he's up all night. Give me another rail. Give me the 22. I could break this bitch down any way you want it. I'm sure he's breaking film down at 3:30 in the morning. Hey, did you see that play? Jalen Hurts. Did you see it? Yeah. Do it easy, okay? Hey, when do you break the film down? 4:30 in the morning. I bet. Why are you talking so fast, Ryan? I don't know what it's going to. Sorry? I saw the prediction of the Eagles, and I told the Eagles that they're one and done, and I really don't know what you. Bro, it's 4:30 in the morning. Are you all right? Big Sales. How long did you wrestle? 3 years. 3 years. Angelo's the best sports talk guy in the history of Philly. Then it's the guy who's your sideline guy at WIP. I think he's got a grade 6 neck injury. Howard, they just said he's got a sprained ankle. Oh. Yeah, the WIP broadcast team for the Eagles has a sideline doctor. It's Dr. Eskin. Sills, what are your thoughts on the Dallas O-line? Zach Martin's a Hall of Famer. I didn't realize he had 8 Pro Bowls. I didn't realize that. Dude, that's tremendous. Do you know he's got like 8 Pro Bowls, and in the years he's played, he's got like 7 holding penalties. He's a heck of a ball player. I would actually like to use you, Big Sills, as security. Thank you, Say. Say, you better be playing Wells Fargo. Big Sills ain't cheap. I don't leave the Dan Cave for very much. Right, Xander? Nah. Eskin, Jimmy, our boys, Sills. He's got a ring from the U. Yeah. All right, man. I gotta take a timeout. Week 17 of the National Football League. I want to hit on some of these games. Hey, we're in position football now. Plus, dude, the bowl games have been excellent in the NFL. Also, I'm going to do some Eagle MVPs. Okay? Some Eagle MVPs. Think about it. Hour number 3. Actually, do me a favor. Hit the like button. We'll be right back. Keep it here on the National.